Hello, I'm Mike Neil Dice. This is Kerbal Space Program. I'm sorry, I'm staring over there, which is that's where my monitor is, to see how the frame rate's going. I've changed some of my recording settings, and I'm hoping that it's slightly better. I'm just playing with the training again because I don't know if I'm going to be doing getting really back into Kerbal, but I like these new training things. Which one? I did basic construction, didn't I? And basic flight. These are still in a really weird order. Like, To the Moon Part 2 is up here, and To the Moon Part 1's down here. That's all like, what? Science basics? Don't do science basics? I think I know science basics. I think I know that one. I think I'm alright with that one. I'm interested in what they talk about intermediate construction. So I think that's going to lead into suborbital flight, but I don't know why. It's just really weird that everything's in a strange order. If I hadn't played Kerbal before, I would probably be very confused by the way the tutorials have been set up. Here we go, glad to come back. Enter the VAB. Calling it the VAB seems wrong. The VAB, Vehicle Assembly Building. So we're fast forwarding, just going straight there. It's like, here we go, no to business. In the last instruction, we covered how to simple hopper and some of the basics from the discussion area. Bad knowledge, some of the more useful features of the VAB, some of which I may need to know, because I don't necessarily know them all. More complex craft, get out of the atmosphere, sweet. To build the design, let's start with the craft built in the basic construction tutorial. This one's just called Hopper. This will save a bit of time. So looks like we're going to be loading in our hopper. There we go. Load. Then remove that. If you mess up, you can create the craft by placing the pod first, then a parachute, and tweaking the parachute. Next. Something other than hopper, alright. Something other than hopper. I am a pedant. This also means back if you hit save, I'm not saving over the craft definition they've already given us. Get a ship for additional purpose by attaching a science experiment. Science. This is one of the most basic scientific experiments Kerbal Science had devised, and one of the first things I want to try and understand. Don't even know what the colour of the goo is. Okay, so we need to do symmetry. And that one. So there we go. Set this 2 times. Pick up and place the mystery replacement on the side of the pod near to the top. You'll notice the second one has been placed opposite the first. Remember to place the canisters near the nose of the pod. Okay, there's some very specific about that. So that seems like a good place to do it. There we go. Decoupling parts. If we had too many more parts here, the craft maker would be too heavy to survive re-entry safely, too heavy to be slowed by a parachute, leading to sudden impact syndrome. Oops. Decouplers, which I believe live here. Boop. Note that stack decouplers have arrows. The arrow show which side is the side that decouples. Make sure your ductless arrow is pointing up to the pod. I had that mistake once. I had a lovely science station, but I had the decoupler pointing the wrong way. So the decoupler stayed on the station, which was really annoying, and made the whole thing not work. And I ended up not being able to land it, which is what its job was. But never mind. Let's go. In the previous, we had to adjust the staging when we added the engine to our early rocket. When you added decoupler, the extra stage is automatically added to the stack. You can of course move these around, but hopefully this will save you some time. And you can always hit reset back here. Fuel tanks. Liquid propellant. Yes. So fuel tanks. We've got the one. There we go. Bonk. We're using very simple ones. Okay. 5 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Yep, there you go. I just did you was telling me about the left alt. I probably can't read the text anyway because I'm down scaling the video, so it's smoother. But never mind. So I've done that. I've added the 5 tanks that we want. Engines, my favourite bit. Engines. Well, there's only the one, so I guess we're doing this one. Attach the swivel. Keep an eye on the station stack. So there we go. Engine, decoupler, parachute. We're almost there, and you're doing fine, though maybe not as speedily as someone of my caliber though. Last thing we're going to do is give this rocket a little better stability. So I'll keep going when we want to go. Fins. So we change that to 4 times. Fins, aerodynamics, fins. Oh. Finny fins. Ready to rock. Alright, so we'd actually have to do the next tutorial, suborbital flight. That's the next one. So we're done here. We can add. Oh, look, it's good. All the things. I can just add all the things now. So I can be really silly and just add, I want to fly that now. I want to fly that. There we go. I know. I want to ask it. What's my thrust to weight ratio? But I don't have Kerbal Engineer, so I don't know. Unused monopropellant. Let's get rid of the unused monopropellant, shall we? There's nothing concerning about this vessel. Unfortunately, I can't get to save it. So I presume I'll just go. Will I go straight back to the? Yeah, straight back to this menu. Brief pause. So suborbital flight is the flight equivalent of that. So that's the why are the tutorials in such a weird order? I don't know if it's just my system or anything, if anyone else had the same problem. But yeah. Here we go. We're going to go to space. Space with a couple of F's. Hopefully remember the controls. We discussed them probably in the basic flight tutorial, but don't forget you can always press escape and click the view key bindings button for a reminder. Let's get started. A short suborbital, less than orbital flight over the water to the east. That way. Or that way. The way you're looking at me. Nice arcing path that gives a nice gentle spiral re-entry. Straight up and straight down, not so good for survival. Pink target indicator, which we will see later, I guess, but do note this is not the case for normal missions. The target mark is normally used for other things and does not help with ascent. Starting with, unless you're using MechGeo. Starting with the nose pointing straight up on launch pad. Tilt east 80 degrees by 100 meters a second. Tilt east to 70 degrees by 400 meters a second. Afterburner, coast up in space and then have a look around. Prepare for re-entry. Lastly, Re-enter and enter safe and land safely. Once we beat burnout, run the propellant. We'll have some time to discuss more things. So do I do that now? Okay. Oh, I guess I don't do that now because it's not letting me. Unlike the hopper, this new craft has liquid fuel engines. This means we can use the throttle to set the output power of the engines. Throttle up, throttle down, max cut off. And SAS stands for Stability Augmentation System, Sickness Avoiding Scheme. Just trying to stop the ship from spinning around using the computer-controlled auto-torque drive compensator technology. Counteract the rotation of the ship. Systems mode will keep the ship aligned on the orientation it has when you turn SAS on. Pitch your roll. The orientation will release the controls. Okay. It can be activated temporarily by putting the F key on, and you can toggle it by putting the T on. And we can go to the target marker if we need to. This travels a bit too much engine. We're going to throttle down. Set your throttle to about 2/3. Okay. Okay. Detailed information ahead. Ooh. I'll place a warning at the top of the page where you might want to pause the game to read. Warning. Okay. So when we're ready to go, anytime we press escape and pause the game, and in the pause menu we start the fight around the tutorial, return to the menu. Then we'll target the nav ball, give it a look to make sure you can see it, and then proceed to light this candle. I can't see the target marker, I suspect, because I suspect it's off to one side, so you know it's off here somewhere. Double click your throttle is at 2/3, and hit space. Alright, so we're going to wait for a bit to start the turn. And I don't know where this marker is, and I'm not seeing it. Where's 80 degrees? Oh, there's the target. It's just not pink. Yeah, the target marker is not pink. It's black. In fact, I have a sneaking suspicion something's gone a bit wrong with my. Throttle up to full power. Yeah, my markers aren't the right colour. I'm going to have to. I may have to ask the internet about that. Where's my fuel indicator? There we go. Okay. So you can getting your ship down to space. I've now set your target indicator aligned with velocity. That will minimise drag by taking the smaller side of the vehicle into the airflow. Somewhere around here you'll see the nav. Let's actually turn off SAS because I should be aligned to the airflow just by my fins. From surface to orbit. So I'm going to go to I'm just going to orbit. Go ahead and switch back to surface again by clicking it until it says surface again. Okay. Might notice some flickering flames, which is due to the high speed of your craft. That's fine. We can go to the map key and look at my trajectory. Look at that. There we go. There's my. Oh, this is silky smooth. Oh, this is silky. Oh, I'm liking that. That is like silky smooth. Now we'll go staying up to apoapsis. That's high spot in the current. We've got a little time to chat. Once you near the atmosphere, clear the atmosphere. We'll go over what we can do in space. Let's go forward. Oh, it cannot warp time in this scenario. Oh, never mind. What can you see out there? See stars. Oh, hang on. Ah, you're a curious one. Note the new inflow has less instruments since most of them can be found in the cockpit itself. In internal, right-clicking will toggle between mouse look and interact mode, so you can look around without having to hold down the right mouse button. Try looking around clicking on things. The engineering department. Okay. When there are multiple crew, you can cycle through them. Oh, using the V key. But there's not very many. And you can come back to this with the C key. Ooh. That's weird. That's a weird shot. Oh, that's, I see, a different V. Okay. Da, 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 da. Right, we can't do an EVA because we're not advanced enough. We can, right, so we'll now right click and we'll do the goo. I'm not getting any science for it because the goo seems to have clumped into a sphere, appears becoming rather brittle. Let's put that on, and putting the SAS on, and we're just going to aim prograde. Let's go retrograde. It's time to reorient the pot. Oh, okay. I think I just did the thing that the big long explanation thing was telling me to do, which is aim retrograde. So I was a bit surprised by it suddenly saying, "Well, done." So I was in the middle of reading that, and then suddenly said, "Oh, done." And get ready to decouple this stage and start re-entry. So we're coming down now. So we're over our apoapsis. So now we're heading back into the atmosphere. And we're about to hit Atmo. And I've got SAS pointing retrograde, so the back end of the engine is always pointing into the atmosphere. As I actually get into the atmosphere, now it's time to get rid of the booster since we're just slowing us down. Stage. Aerodynamic stabilization. During re-entry, your pod, keep you with your pod oriented. Oh! Yeah, big long bit of text and just went. That was a bit annoying. Now re-entering comes atmosphere. Make sure you keep all hands and feet inside the pod at all times. Don't want you getting burnt or anything. Don't mind the flames. Last time we watched the parachute icon to wait for the right time to open the chute. This time we're going to do something a little different. Remember, in the construction tutorial where you redesigned this vessel, you set the chute to not semi-deploy until 0.75 atmospheres of pressure. That means the chute won't perform the first of its 2 deployment steps until then, even if you activate it by staging now. So let's take the bold step of arming the chute now and let the smarts in there. Wow. Pop it at the right altitude. You know you can trust me. Stage the chute now by pressing space. Let's point retrograde. Awesome. So while we set your chute accidentally deploy until 2 kilometers, you need to ensure the opening height is correct. You can adjust these parameters during flight. So right click on the parachute and check the sliders. Don't adjust the pressure slider or bad things happen, and make sure the full deploy is no less than 1,000 meters or you will not have enough time to slow down. Just hang on for about 2 kilometers and watch the parachute trigger itself. While we're waiting, I want you to look at the bottom of the capsule. Note that you do not have a heat shield. Oh, do we not? Oh, okay. You don't need one because it's such a gentle flight. Actually, heat shield will make things more dangerous because the additional mass will be pushing the limits of this model of parachute. I don't know whether I need the SAS to stop from tumbling, but I have the SAS on. Although I may run out of electric power actually. No, it's still got electric charge. I may run out of electric charge, in which case I don't know what's going to happen. In fact, I'm going to run out of electric charge in a second. So it looks like we're going to... Oh, right, looks like we're still nice and stable. The ocean is fairly far below us, and that's the... Was that where it landed? No, it's still just very far below us. That's the bottom half of our spacecraft. So brilliant. That's it. That's that gone. Somewhere far below us, bottom end just crashed. So there we go, semi-deployed. Now for a leisurely float. This doesn't feel very leisurely. But then, yeah, it starts deploying at 1,000 meters. And that's us down to 5.9-ish, or even less than that, meters a second, so that's alright. So we're going to live through this, which is good. So we're just on our way down. So I'm just going to say thanks so much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe. Enjoying watching these. Taking my very, very first steps. I like that you can kind of see the atmosphere. You know, there's light shining through, very clearly light shining through this panel here. That's rather neat. Anyway, come hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Come visit enoughdice.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. There are links to those in the video description. And as we splash down, I'm going to invite you to reach for the stars. Assuming we live through this, which is very probable. Nearly there. 60 odd meters. Ocean looks very oily. And splash down.